Hello, this is Marie Blankenship for the last lesson in Module 1, Lesson 1.4. We will be looking at the last feature in Word 365, which is Edit Tracking. The lesson objectives here are that the learner will be able to find and utilize the Edit Tracking feature. This will enhance document writing for the learner. The learner will be able to view the revision, edit with the Edit Tracking feature, and this will enhance collaboration and document creation. The learner will also be able to create and resolve comments on the document with other contributors in a manner that fosters collaboration within the Edit Tracking feature in Word 365. So you might think, why do I need Edit Tracking for my documents? Well, the first thing is an instructor might want to use it. Much like in the past in traditional classrooms when an instructor would use a red pen to grade an assignment and mark changes, you can grade assignments and provide feedback directly on the document through Word. When you're proofreading, either by oneself or collaboratively, you can utilize the Edit Tracking feature to put in comments and share those comments with others. You can visualize the changes that are made in the document while still being able to view the original document. This can be important because sometimes when you go in and change your document, after you change it, you might think, gee, I really liked it the way it was, but what did I have there before? Well, with the Edit Tracking feature, you can go back and look at your original document if you have not finalized those changes yet. It also allows for an opportunity for collaborative work in Office 365 where you can share documents online. So when you go into a Word document, you might open up a new document here, or you might have an existing document that you want to work on and edit. And when you click on that, we'll click on a new Word document here. You'll see we have the tabs and the ribbons here, and it opens up in Home. And we're going to come all the way down here to Review, and we're going to click on Review. So here is the Review tab, and here's the ribbon, and you can see it has like spell check, thesaurus, and we talked about thesaurus in another lesson in this module. And we're going to be primarily focused here, and I will zoom in on that with the comments, tracking, and changes. Primarily we'll be looking here at tracking. So let's get into an actual document and start playing with these features and see what we can learn. I have here a sample Ipsen document which you can find listed under our modules, or you can create your own, or you may have an actual document that you would like to practice the Edit Tracking on. You can see here I have the Review tab open, and we're going to be working here with these features. So we're going to first look here under Tracking, and the first thing you want to do is you see here we're going to click the drop down menu, and it gives you two choices: Tracking, Changes, and Lock Tracking. If you're working in a shared collaborative environment and you do not want someone editing your document, you can click that and it's only exclusive to you. Or you can click Track Changes. If you know you just want to track changes, just click on it. You'll see it's highlighted now in gray, and that tells you that tracking is now engaged. So we'll just type in a sentence here. And you can see it's in red. I've used this font so you can see it a little more distinctly from the rest of the document, but traditionally you'd be using the same font. Much like in the older school systems, they used to use a red pen to grade and mark up assignments and show feedback. This is what Word does for you. It does it in red. So when you're adding new text, it will put it in red and underline it. If you choose to delete text, then if you highlight it and hit delete, you can see instead of actually deleting it, it does it as a strike through. That way you can see the changes that you're making. Currently, we'll look at this feature up here, the display for review, and all markups are showing. If you click the drop down, you can choose simple markup, And you can see what it'll do is it'll put this little red line here, which tells you changes have been made in this area. And then if you click it again, it will turn gray, and it will show you those changes, and you can see up here it returned to all markups. If you click it again, it'll turn red, and it's back on simple markups. Let's look at the other ones that are listed. No markups. This will show you what your document currently looks like. And if you pick original, this will go back to what your document looked like at the beginning. This only works when you have not accepted or rejected the changes. Once you begin making changes and accepting them, you will actually have a new original. We'll go back to all markups, and we'll just go ahead and just randomly put some other things in just so we have something showing. We'll take that one and delete it. We'll come down here and add some more text. So we have 2 or 3 things. So now let's look at this comment section. In the comments, you could say, well, I struck through this, and I'm going to be sharing this with some others in my group, and I want them to know why I struck through it. So you can highlight it. And there's 2 ways you can do this. You can go up here to comment and just click comment, and there you go. And say, consider revising. So that way when someone else comes along, they can see that you said that you don't necessarily want to remove it, you just might want to change the way it's worded. So when someone in your group comes along and they're reviewing it, they can click reply, and it'll move it over, and it will be showing in their username. And then they could say, yes, change. So they agree with you. They want to change it. So let's say someone comes in and they want to type something in, and they'll put send me an email. And then they can highlight it. And I'll show you the other way to do comments. You put your cursor over and you right click, and it gives you a drop down. You can come down to new comment, and there's your comment box. So you can either click here or right click and scroll to it here. And again, this would be in the name of the user that is suggesting the change. And they could put, you know, they could put maybe this. So that means they're just suggesting it. And someone else could come along and type in, and they could put, let's say they put no. They don't like that either. So they could say no. So that's how the comment feature works. And you can see that's all showing. Again, if I come over here to simple markups, this will the dialog boxes will disappear, the comment boxes, and in their place you'll see this little balloon here, and when you click it, it shows you what that comment was. Or you could come over and click on these red boxes, these red lines, excuse me, and everything will come back. And if you click it again, they disappear again. So we've not accepted any changes, so you can go back and see what your original looked like. You can see what your new one looks like without changes. So let's go through now, and we're gonna look at how to make these changes approved. So when you select one, you can select it and go to accept or reject. So you want to accept the strike through or reject the strike through. So let's say we reject it. We don't want to get rid of it. So you can hit reject and move to next, and there it is. So we'll pick another one and we'll reject. And we'll just pick accept for this one. And then we'll pick another accept. And you have another option. When you come down, you could say accept all, or accept all and stop tracking, which will remove this gray box. So we'll put accept all, and you can see how the color changed because it is now permanent. So when you go to original, this is still going to be there. So there's two more things I want to show you. There's show markups. And you can see here, it's got comments, insertion, deletions, formatting. These are typically selected, and if you're a new user, I would suggest leaving all of these selected. As you become more advanced, you might want to choose to change some of these. And then there's the reviewing pane, and if you click on that, it gives you two options, vertical, which you can see the vertical puts it here. This could be helpful if you want to see exactly how many changes you've made to your document, or if you want to look at them specifically without seeing them within the context of the document. And then you have a second change here, choice, which is review pane horizontally, which then puts them over here with a timestamp of when the changes were made. And you can see that it's grayed, which means it's selected. If you just click on it, it will no longer be gray, and that will disappear. That is the same for tracking changes. Once you click on tracking changes and it's no longer gray, it will no longer track the changes that you're making. And so you can go to your document and there it is, all complete. So that's how you use the tracking feature of Word 365. So this ends lesson 1.4, Word 365's edit tracking. This also concludes Module 1. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you.